as officials are saying. He followed it to a T. You're saying they went even further, Dr. Pape, in this scenario. How do we combat it? If we know the playbook, why can't we fight it and stop attacks like this?
Well, partly, Martha, the reason we can't fight it is because we're simply, the frankly simple answer is we're not willing to fight it. And when I say we're not willing to fight it, I say as a society, we often are scared of calling out the Islamist ideology for what it is by name. The president before this one was even unable to name the threat, to call it Islamist extremism for fear of offending Muslims, when actually, surely, if Muslims are the first to say this has nothing to do with us, they also would be standing side by side with those who are able to name this threat and isolate it from mainstream Muslim communities. And so we have this problem that we are, for various reasons of fear of racism, fear of whatever, political correctness, we're unable to even name and isolate and then challenge the threat. And then we've got a separate problem, which is that if we can't name something, we simply don't even have the ability to begin to challenge its propaganda value.
When you say
that,
Maajid, are we even on the right path?
Well, no. I mean, what we've got to recognise is this man who was in Florida, he had, incredibly privileged to come from Uzbekistan to one of the wealthiest countries in the world. And he's in Florida. And for him to turn against the country that was so hospitable to him, it tells us something. It tells us that the strength of the narrative that he subscribed to got to him before the American dream got to him. And that tells us that something's gone wrong with the way in which we are advocating our small L, liberal, secular, democratic principles. We become scared to say that this is a better way of life than the dictatorship that is in Uzbekistan.